Hi, this is Nova. I'm a solo indie game developer, and ever since I started my devlog series, I've been getting a lot of messages. Some say, you inspired me to make or continue making my game, and while that's amazing to hear, the majority of messages are people saying I would love to make my own game one day, but they are afraid to take the leap. As a guy who was in the same position, I felt like it's my duty to answer this question. Should you start making games as a solo developer, or is it just not worth it? Now don't get me wrong, I'm in no way experienced in game development myself. There are a ton of people who have done a better job talking about this topic. But that's also the reason I wanted to talk about it. Most of the developers addressing this question have already made it in some way. Whether they have launched a successful game or built a strong YouTube following, their advice is definitely valuable, but I didn't see any videos discussing this topic from someone who's still at the start or the middle of their journey, not at the end of it. So what I'm about to share is based on my current experience and opinions up until now. Without any more delay, here's the short answer. Are you ready? It depends. What I mean by that is, if you want to make a game to become successful and make tons of money, I can tell you for certain that's not happening. Sure, some games have successful launches with thousands of downloads, but most don't. That's because creating a game that feels unique and fun is extremely hard, both in terms of skill and time, especially for solo developers. Again, this isn't true for every game, but for 99% of first games, they won't be successful. Why? Because in addition to the lack of experience, most first games are either copies of famous ones, buggy and unfinished, or just plain boring. There is no fun in them. Are you trying to say something? Oh no, your game is amazing. Oh, thanks. Yeah, just keep telling yourself that, idiot. Anyway, this leads to my first point. Should you make games? Well, yes, but not for success. Yes, you heard that right. If you just want to make games for success and rush things out without taking the time to find the fun and polish in your ideas and mechanics, your games won't be successful. If you're only seeking success, you're probably not in the right mindset as a solo game developer. You'll be better off finding a programming job or another highly paid profession where you'll probably be more successful. That said, the question isn't whether game development guarantees success, it's whether the process of creating games is worth your time, energy, and passion. To answer that, you have to ask yourself, do you enjoy making games for the sake of creating games? Are you willing to face the challenges, frustrations, and constant learning that comes with it? If the answer is yes, then game development might be worth your time, even if success isn't guaranteed. It's easy to lose sight of why you started when you're bogged down by debugging, marketing, or trying to meet deadlines. But your love for games is the foundation that keeps you going through the tough times.
Watch out, I got it. Oh, it's okay, I'll get it. No, wait! We'll use the power of friendship.
It's important to have fun creating what you do. Instead of chasing the best genre for marketing or rushing to implement the fastest idea in 6 months, take a step back and think about what excites you the most. What's the kind of game you'd spend hours playing? What's that concept you can't stop thinking about? And trust me, players can feel it when a game is made with genuine love and enthusiasm. When I started working on my game, I wasn't thinking about market trends or hyper-optimization.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
I was thinking, what's the kind of experience I've always wanted to play? That's what pushed me up until this point through the tough times debugging or reworking a mechanic for the third time. I'm not saying ignore strategy altogether. Obviously, if your dream game requires a team of 50 and a $2 million budget, maybe scale it down to something achievable for now, but don't trade away what you love just because you think it will sell faster or gain more attention. The process is too long and hard for that to be your only motivation. Here's the thing. It's not the flashy graphics or the trendy mechanics that make people love a game. It's about the soul behind it. And that mainly comes from you having fun and loving the game you are creating. But somewhere along the way, game development started to feel like a race. A race to make the smallest game in the shortest time, to rack up likes, views, and validation. It's become more about ticking off challenges than pouring your passion into something you truly care about. And in that rush, something important gets lost. Connection, creativity, and most importantly, fun. This race makes it seem like creating a game is just about checking a box, finishing something, anything, as quickly as possible. But here's the truth. A game isn't great just because you finished it quickly. A game is great when it feels like a piece of you, when it's something you would be proud to play, even if no one else ever saw it. Those I made a game in 1 week videos take away from the idea of truly making games. You should focus on making a game you would actually play and enjoy, not just fast to make. I mean, how can you expect people to love your game if you don't even like it yourself? If the idea you love to work on would take 6 months to make, that's fine. What's not fine is removing 90% of a game you want to make just to fit it into 6 months. But let me clarify. This doesn't mean you should spend years perfecting a single idea to the point of burnout and try to make a AAA game that would take you 2 lifetimes to finish. It's about finding a realistic timeline that allows you to create something you are proud of and excited to share. Balance is key, not cutting corners or compromising your vision to save time. Think of it as a personal challenge. Can you create something that reflects your vision and passion, even within limitations? That's where the real reward of game development lies. Sure, making small games in a very short amount of time might get you some quick money, but it's nowhere near what you'll earn if you worked as a programmer or in another high-paying job. If it's money you're looking for, then this is not the best option. But if it's about doing what you love as your job, then this is the right job for you. Game development isn't just about the final product, it's about the journey and the skills you pick up along the way. Every bug you fix, every system you design, and every piece of feedback you receive teaches you something valuable. Even if your first game isn't successful, the experience you gain will carry over to your next project. Think of game development like learning an instrument. Nobody picks up guitar and play flawlessly on their first try. It takes practice, patience, and a lot of trial and error. But if you enjoy the process of learning and improving, the journey becomes rewarding in itself. And much like learning an instrument, you don't have to wait until you feel ready or have everything figured out before you begin game development. You won't suddenly wake up one day with the perfect skills or the perfect idea. It's the act of starting that sets everything in motion. The only way to improve is to take that first step, no matter how hard or how uncertain or messy it might seem. So with that in mind, the new question becomes, when should you start? Honestly, the best time to start is now. Game development has never been more accessible than it is today. You've got AI tools that can help you with everything from coding, art, and even design ideas. There is an endless library of tutorials on YouTube and forums where experienced devs are eager to share their knowledge. Engines like Unity and Unreal are free to get started with, while engines like Godot is completely free to use. And even if you've never touched a line of code, visual scripting tools can help you build something tangible in no time. Although I would recommend diving into programming as it opens up so many possibilities and gives you way more control over your projects. Okay, this seems fun and all, but what if you don't have a game idea in your mind? Well, just start small. Maybe make a simple game you used to enjoy when you were young, experiment, and let yourself grow naturally as a developer. And when you finally have that great and fun game idea you want to make, you won't have to start from the beginning. The only thing I regret in my journey is not starting sooner. So, to sum up, to be successful in game development, you shouldn't chase success, and instead, focus on making a game you love, take your time, and prioritize the fun over the pressure of trying to be successful. Only then will you have a shot at success. Hopefully, at least. Game development is hard, frustrating, and often unforgiving. But if you love it, if you're willing to embrace the ups and downs, it can also be one of the most rewarding creative outlets out there. So yeah, go make games, have fun, and don't stress about how successful your game will be. Focus on the journey and how much you've improved and gained experience. That's what truly matters. And who knows, maybe your game will surprise you and everyone else. If you're passionate about game development and want to connect with like-minded people, come join my Discord. It's a place where we can share ideas, give each other feedback, and grow together as creators. Whether you're just starting out or already working on your own game, there is a spot for you. And if you would like to support the content I create and get early access to my videos and game development updates, check out my Patreon. Your support helps me continue making content and working on new projects. Plus, you'll get exclusive perks like personal shoutouts in my videos. Speaking of which, a huge shoutout to our new Patreon member, Mike. You are absolutely awesome. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you would want more in-depth videos like this one in the comments. Thanks for watching, and remember to go and create games. Catch you in the next one.